Okay, that'll be the cut for that episode. Only 2 this time, section 14. I am going to be going a little bit longer this stream than last couple, so 2 notes on this. I kind of want to know how many sections there are to this, but I also kind of want it to be a surprise as well. I'm conflicted.
Ashvatman, of all the times for you to show up. Indeed, I was just about to remind you. I assume none of you have forgotten what day it is. Today is Kali Yuga, when the entire world is unmade and recreated. If we are to safely avoid its effects, I might suggest that you begin your retreat towards the border. Alacrity would be advisable. Can't you see what we're dealing with here, Detective? We can't possibly turn our backs on this opponent.
Damn, it's just been one thing after another. Oh, I almost forgot. What are you doing here, Asha? Where's your dad? He hurt his leg, and he's at the healer right now. Gotcha, that sounds serious, but right now, you've got to get out of here and hide, Asha. Okay.
Ashvatman is about to come after us if we try to run away. Since we destroy the giant collie, the townspeople should be able to look after themselves. So I think the best thing we can do now is try to make a break for it.
There are 2 problems with that idea. First, Ashvatman is a powerful servant. With all of us so exhausted, merely escaping him isn't going to be easy. If we're not careful, he'll end up mowing us down the moment we turn our backs on him. And second, I'd really like to finish Teloff while we have the chance. We need to eliminate him if we're going to defeat Arjuna, and we may never get another chance like this again.
Yeah, but what about, our lives? Shouldn't surviving be our first priority? I mean, if we do manage to take him down, what's the point if we all end up dead because we failed to get away?
I know, but... damn it.
Just what we needed.
You're awake now. Good, you can help me take care of these guys. Especially since you were supposed to. What the... Nope, I just can't seem to remember anything from my old life. But I do remember there was something from it I was forced to forget. And that's right, I know there was something real important to me. Something I don't have anymore. And I know you and that guy were the good ones who took it.
Are they falling out with each other? No, wait, it looks like...
It looks like William Tell was never a complete Lokapala to begin with. At any rate, now is our chance to run for it. Let's get out of here.
Eyes wide open.
What? Hey, get back here, damn it! Oh no, I'm really pissed! You're gonna pay for that, old man. He's going to. Guess he must have used Value's power to make escape. I doubt it'll last long with those wounds if he pushes themselves too hard. But still, damn it! Well, if I can only go after one of them, might as well stick to the ones I can see.
And the ones you can actually chase, since I doubt you can fly. Ashvatman is coming after us. I was afraid this might happen.
Keep running, I'll hold him off at the rear.
I know about his amazing regenerative abilities. They practically make him immortal. I may not be able to defeat him now, but I would at least like to stop him from coming after us. Of course, since he'll recover from most damages as soon as we inflict them on him, I'll probably have to cut off both of his legs to do even that. Damn it, this is just as much work as defeating him, especially while trying to make an escape at the same time.
Of all the stupid times! Damn it! That damn conceptual error must have triggered it!
Now he's writhing around on the ground and sweating like a pig. What's going on? It looks like he's in pain. I don't know what's going on, but I'm not about to look at this particular gift horse in the mouth. Let's get out of here while we can.
Damn it! Now I'm really pissed!
That actually hurts my voice to try and do. Now that they know about me, I'm sure this false god won't hesitate to raise me with everything else he doesn't want in this world. Just so that I can avoid the cataclysm as long as I'm aboard your ship, yes? Absolutely. Speaking of which, it looks like Arjuna started to charge his noble phantasm right on schedule. Again, this is a very powerful Rasengan he has, but it's such copyright infringement too.
Confirming our distance from Arjuna now. Good, we should be safe here. The one thing we must avoid at all costs is a direct attack on the border. We can't escape to void space without a vehicle capable of zero sail after all.
We're only a few hundred meters away from the rendezvous. Looks like we won't have any trouble reaching it in time.
I can hear the border's engine now. Home, sweet home.
Don't start that. This is not your home, damn it.
All that aside, I still kind of wonder why Ashvatman stopped chasing us.
I don't think he stopped so much as he...
I got a visual on your position. We'll get ready for the zero sail as soon as we rendezvous. Wait, hold up. Hold everything.
Oh boy, what now? What is it, Minier? If this is about taking a bathroom break, you should have thought of that before we left. Oh, that's glorious. That's good. That's good.
No, there's a servant right next to the rendezvous point. What? Did one of them come after us? This is terrible. What if they attack the border?
Tell? Ashwatman's down. Tell fled. He can fly, so he might be able to outpace us and reach here first.
No need to worry about that. Based on these readings I'm seeing, the answer is plain to see. They're wounded. This servant has clearly been so gravely injured that they are no longer able to move, so tell. Furthermore, it's a servant we're all familiar with, Director Gordolf, although we decidedly not on friendly terms, unfortunately. Sol and his team should be coming up on her shortly. For the moment, I suggest we her. Perhaps then we'll be able to determine what brought her here. Or her. Oh, that was... Oh... That was good. That was good. What? Oh, that was good. Vitch... holding... I need to see what's going on here. Oh, that was glorious. That emperor, despite who embodied all of humanity, was one thing, but I can destroy a mere warrior like you with just a few bites. From that to this. Alas, my short-sighted, lovely bark turned out to be worse than my bite. Now I see what they mean when they say the brightest stars burn out the quickest. That locally sourced look was on a whole different level. He must have been the most powerful servant in this Lostbelt exerting Ajna. And if that weren't enough, he even had some powerful holy sutras equipped, no doubt thanks to that damned monk. I can't break out my other tales here in this India. That would put me too close to my original for comfort. My goal is to become an entirely new nine-tailed beast after all. I refuse to be part of an obsolete folklore. Oh. So... okay. She wants to... Okay, so... I know Tamamo is a shard of Amaterasu. I know in the CCC verse, Tamamo gained all 9 of her tails, like she trained for thousands of years, to gain all 9 tails in order to save Hakuno from being deleted by the Moon Cell. However, so as to not become Amaterasu, she tore her tails off, creating the Tamamo 9, which includes Koyan here. And I guess Koyan wants to also gain 9 tails. And she doesn't want to become Amaterasu. She wants to become a goddess. Okay, I mean, I can. She's the opposite of Tamamo. While Tamamo didn't want to become a goddess, Koyan wants to become a goddess, but she doesn't want to become Amaterasu. Tamamo was at risk of becoming Amaterasu on the Moon Cell. I don't remember why. And Koyan doesn't want to become one here because I guess Amaterasu might still have some influence in... Yeah, she wants to become her own separate deity, but I'm guessing on a conceptual level, since Amaterasu is a Shinto, I believe, goddess or something along those lines, that being closer to where her domain is, she would just become Amaterasu. So realistically enough, Vitch would want to... Okay, so I'm predicting it now. Vitch will probably draw out her full power and ascend to Nine-Tailed mode, either in the 6th Lostbelt of Avalon, or in the 7th Lostbelt, which I believe is in, like, Brazil. Because they're, like, on opposite ends of the world from one another. Actually, Brazil is pretty much on the opposite end of the world from Japan, and I only know that thanks to Dr. Stone. Gotta love that show. Gotta love it. And manga.
Oh well, at least I was able to punch that angry meathead's stupid front teeth down his stupid throat before I made my escape. Ah, that felt good. All I have to worry about now is that god's monstrous power. Now that I've been marked as an undesirable, I can't afford to get caught in it, and try as I might to leave. It just isn't those damn sutures holding me back. If only I hadn't taken that side trip to South America. At any rate, it looks like I won't be able to manifest in any other region until I can get rid of this virtue. In which case... well, any port in the storm. Like I always say, this world is all about give and take. If I have to hitch a ride to avoid getting wiped out of existence, then so be it. And so she just writes that funny little sign. Oh, that's glorious. I believe she's attempting to hitchhike. So, she's very clearly a complicated character. Again, she's evil to the core, you know. She stepped on foe, after all. But she's just pure evil, but, like, why? I want to know her motivations. Why does she want to become a separate deity to Amaterasu? I mean, obviously, her own independent free will is why she wants to be separate from Amaterasu, but why does she want to become a deity? What in the world is that minx thinking? Unfortunately, she's too close to the rendezvous for us to go around her without losing a lot of time. But of course, there's no telling what she might do if we stay on track and end up running into her. What should we do? Yeah, she's in pretty bad shape.
Huh? Whoa. You better not be thinking what I think you're thinking, soul. I know she helped us out a little in China, but that hardly makes us allies, not by a long shot. Besides, let's not forget that it was completely, entirely, 100% her fault that we were poisoned in the first place.
You know, I could live with myself for not helping her out. I really could live with myself for not help her out. She got us into that situation in China. She did cure it, but she only fixed the situation she ended up starting, mind you. I guess I want to help her, you know. I could live with myself for not, but I do want to.
There, you see? Even the little furball knows we can't trust her, because she stepped on him, you know.
Yep, in the Kali Yuga. Come on, we need to make a choice here. This is fine if you want to ignore her, but you should know that she's charging up some weird kind of magical energy. She's holding both hands up, forming some kind of glowing ball of energy above her head. She's doing the spirit bomb. Foo! Foo! And just look at that smile. I can almost hear her saying, if you don't come get me, I'm going to use all my remaining power to blow myself up and take you all out with me. Well, here I recommend making a detour. We should pick up Soul's group at least 10 kilometers away from her. I told you we don't have time for that. Besides, they're already going as fast as they can. In for a penny, in for a pound. But welcome, Draconic, welcome. How be things, how be things?
All right. I'll consider this distress signal and allow it just this once. She may be one of the most contemptible evil enemies, but abandoning someone to asking for help would just lead to more headaches down the road.
Yeah, pretty much. Besides, you let me on board when I was in trouble. You might as well do the same for Koyan. Also, those injuries of hers, it looks to me like she had a falling out with one of our other enemies. I had a feeling that was going to happen sooner or later. If that's true, that would mean she's become a target for Arjuna's noble phantasm. It would certainly explain why she's looking for the border of all places for refuge. Bringing her on board does pose a risk, but we also know she's been weakened. If she attempts anything untoward, we will not be defenseless. Furthermore, we may be able to gain new and valuable information from her, or even have her fight with us for information. Again, for a time.
True, but I warn you to exercise the utmost caution. That makes his devilish charms are powerful enough to deceive even a first-class dandy like myself. If we're going to let her on board, we should put a bag over her head or something to be safe.
Okay, despite the bad luck you were dealing with the past couple of days, bad luck on the rolls, I'm guessing? Slash hoping that it's only bad luck on rolls and not just, like, bad luck in general with life. I'm pretty sure we don't have to worry about that. We all know what sort of person she is by now.
Don't be ridiculous. You're the only one I'm worried about the most, Carapaccio. I can tell from the beta male look on your face that you practically screamed to me, lady.
Oh. Again, glorious. glorious lines here. Oh man, I've really warmed up to Gordolf. I've really, really warmed up to Gordolf. He is an awesome character, man. 600 quartz, no elephant. Sadness, sadness, tears. You know, at the very least, she can spook you at any time, if I remember reading correctly. But you'll be powerless against our charms. You're right about me. What about you? What are you, my mom?
Are you quite sure you'll be alright?
Positive.
Well, alright then. Still, I'm going to give myself a few good dabs at this cologne, just in case.
Just in case of what? Exactly. Moyer and I, similar wavelength. In case of what exactly?
Alright, go ahead and do a full throttle drift to the spot right between Seoul and Koyan Sakaya. We'll depart once again, as soon as we've taken all the necessary precautions.
Also, just as a warning, the stream is about to die in a minute here, or in a couple minutes or so, because my internet is being fun today. So don't worry when the stream does die. It will be back within the next couple of minutes afterwards. Just as a word of warning so you guys don't, you know, think I'm abruptly ending the stream or anything. It will come back, and I will be back.
Oh, good, you stopped? I guess this means you're letting me on.
No, it's just my internet occasionally does this. We've got a 10-year-old wireless router and media gateway, you know? So, yeah. Gonna tell us what's going on, right?
But of course, I would never expect a free ride. Oh, my little foe, you really have it out for me, don't you? Oh, I'm so scared. Anyway, let's get going, shall we? Or was our plan to put some... in some BDSM gear before we're moving? Perhaps one of you is giddy at the thought of an opportunity to do all sorts of naughty things he missed his chance for in China.
I'll have you know, I was thinking nothing of the sort.
Yeah, we're gonna be looking into getting an upgrade here, you know?
The only thing I'm hopeful for at the moment is the suspension bridge effect.
At the moment, I would prefer you all get on the border post-haste so we can begin our zero-sale preparations. I tried to ensure we would have time to spare, but I have a bad feeling about what's coming. Do try to hurry.
Yeah. Gordolf's line does hit close to home in some ways.
How unexpectedly thrilling. Perhaps you were simply unaware, my dear Chaldeans. Oh my, this will never do. Surely you know better than that by now. No. This world gets leaner and leaner as more excess is shaved off with each Yuga cycle. That, of course, means that it requires a little bit less energy to destroy as its cycles go on. So if you were expecting it to take as long as it did before, why, you might just find yourselves running a little bit short on time. Go on, God. Let us proceed with the next calling.
Yep. We're gonna be going through them, likely to get it. We'll likely be going through them to get the next gateway.
Huh?
Oh.
I see. So you want me to help run this world so you don't have to bother yourself with trivial matters, huh? And by running this world, you also mean taking care of people less than inclined to cooperate. Well, I hate to tell you after all you went and summoned me, but I'm not the man for the job. My arrows are meant for shooting apples off my son's head and for shooting that scumbag bot through the heart. I'll never use them to shoot children, so I guess that's that. Sorry.
What will you do now? Now, if that's his reason for refusing to obey me, then those thoughts are unnecessary. There is something inside him that should not be there. Indeed, indeed, I couldn't agree more, but as luck would have it, the next Yuga cycle is almost upon us. All you need to do is remove that defect from him, and he'll have no choice but to serve you faithfully.
I thought I was the only going along with you guys as a hunting for hire. And as the guy being hired, I expected you to pay me for my help. Nobody ever told me I'd be the one paying you such a heavy price. Consider our contract null and void. Apfel, schreib in! You fool, your idiocy knows no bounds. What can a half-dead archer's arrow hope to do against a god?
Hear a voice from a long time ago, one of the records that remain in this shadow's head. A voice dripping with one oppressive authority, intolerant to the slightest defiance. I'm told you have some skill with the crossbow, then go ahead and make the shot. If you succeed, I will overlook your transgressions. A mess of emotions, reluctance, doubt, fear. Each raged within me at those words, but still, I took the shot. I shot an apple off my son's head because I had no other choice. That was my profession, after all. I'd made a life out of only hitting what I aimed for it at. But I never thought to myself as the god of marksmanship. Besides, Even gods are known to miss sometimes, and a hunter always has to consider what will happen if they miss their shot. Because the fact is, the moment their arrow misses, there will be another target that absolutely needs to be hit. So I had another arrow ready to go inside my jacket. If my first arrow failed to pierce the apple, if both my son's world and mine had ended in that shot, I would at least make sure the beast so needed killing would die with us. Thankfully, I didn't need to use my second arrow on that day. But even so, I had every confidence in the world. If my first arrow had missed, or rather, if the arrow that absolutely needed to hit... Just a bit bigger, there we go, that should be good.
In fact, there will be another target that needed to be hit. But then my second arrow would surely be sure to find its mark.
So what is he shooting at, I wonder?
What it hit? I always make sure to hit the targets I can't afford to miss, like the apple on my son's head. But of course I also have another arrow ready to go just in case I miss. That second arrow is my true noble phantasm. Doesn't matter if my white Shiben's target is an evil Vagant or a god, it'll still find its mark. There are some shots you can only make after you've already missed.
Now I see your noble phantasm interferes with causality. It's a shadow arrow that's guaranteed to hit if the arrow before it missed. On top of that, you infuse it with all of Valu's divine power to make sure it totally hits its target. Though, of course, that's still not nearly enough to so much as scratch him.
It's this good for nothing Hunter managed to get a god's attention even for a few seconds. I'll consider that plenty meaningful in itself, knowing that a human's will reached him. After all, a few seconds got to count for a lot when making a god or making an entire world. Surprised? If the look on your face is any indication, that wasn't for nothing after all. Well, I'm just that much happier I took the extra effort to rouse these bold bones for one final shot.
Your entire being has become unnecessary.
You think I didn't see this coming? I know how close I am to dying better than anyone. But you know, the wounded quarry is the most dangerous as the end closes in. There's nothing stronger or more dangerous than a cornered animal. I know that better than most. Oh, and one last one before I go. I told you Asclepius this too, but the reason you summoned me last is because you felt a regular old human would be a good match for a god, right? Even if you only realize it subconsciously, that doesn't make it any less true. Hell, maybe that's why that last arrow got through to you. If you don't realize what that means, someone even more desperately cornered than me is going to end up firing a third arrow. I wonder who that'll end up being.
God has cast his gaze downward. You have become unnecessary. Furthermore, God has also seen these defects are unnecessary, and therefore evil. Begone evil. You are not needed in the new year, the new world. I will now wield the sword of the God who ends all things. I will cut off the world. From the rift in the world made by the blade, clear purification will burst forth. Terminus in Genesis will cycle anew. Sword of dissolution, let your blade fall. Maha Pralaya.
I don't know about effective, but I can tell I'm not really me if I can't remember my son.
Oh, there you are. It's alright. It's okay now. It took me a while, but I finally remembered.
I'm sorry I couldn't be the father you deserved.
Oh. And so ends William Tell, giving his life to buy us a few minutes. Effective unforgiving world weakened by the erasure of Lokpala Tell. I like Tell. I do like him. He's a cool character. I look forward to getting him when I roll for all of the new low-level servants.